Alrighty. Howdy Neighbors and welcome back to My Vow to My Liege. Last time, the King of Cool fucking died. And so we continue. Since the League already has strategic plans for the north, we should have adequate intelligence in the area. Right now, the Khan, Bao, Guo, and Gua clans of Kui are vying for the throne. We have a good opportunity to swoop in on them. But the King of the Kui, strong country with a long history, and Ni might not win if the four clans were to combine their strengths. Then, there's Xiaojing. Since my engagement with her is not yet officially recognized, I will be pressured to give her up if the Taiyan clan asks for her. If I were to take the moral high ground before the Taiyan clan does, I'll be forced to go to war against the Taiyan clan for their treason. My ministers and I start to debate over the pros and cons of the matter till late into the night and to exhaustion. There's still no clear direction for what we should do, and we agreed to reconvene at a later time to continue our discussion. After the ministers have left, I close my eyes and rub my temples for a moment before starting the arduous task of clearing my desk. Since it isn't my job to do it, I want to take the opportunity to organize my thoughts. I stretch out my hand to pick up a bamboo scroll, and another one holds it down on the other end. Prime Minister. Wuzishu silently helps me pick up and put away the books and stationery that lie scattered across the floor. His white hair reflects the orange glow of the lamps, making him look less cold and stern. It moves my heart. Perhaps like me, he also wants to reconcile our differences. In the past, the Prime Minister would frequently accompany us in our studies till late into the night, wake us up early the next morning to practice our martial arts like sleep was not needed. About the other day.
Shoujun!
Chen Feng, come on! My liege. Chen Feng, this is the second time you've interrupted us today.
少将公子的屋内冒起火光，他却把门窗从里面堵上了。
What the fuck? No! There's a fire in Princess Xiaojing's room, but she has shut all the windows and doors. How have you not broken the door in to save her?
臣刚要踢开门，他说谁再靠近，他就立刻自刎。臣只能来请少君裁断。
I was going to, but she threatened to kill herself if anyone approached her door. I could only come to you and ask for your orders. Girl, Prime Minister, we will go and come back soon.
公子，求你开开门！
Please open the door.
公子！
Princess Xiaojing, do you intend to burn down the palace? Xiaojing.
吴少君，你放心，我只是烧掉了写给哥哥的信。
Lord Ni, please do not worry. I'm only burning the letters that I wrote to my brother. We are preparing to pay homage in the memory of the King Kui. Xiaojing, open the door and let us discuss this.
多谢吴少君之恩。少将现在只有一个心愿，希望吴少君成全。
This is bullshit. Thank you for your kindness, Lord Ni. I hope the Lord Ni will fulfill my one last wish. To not fucking burn down my palace is my last wish. Speak.
少将希望死后葬在齐国，与哥哥相伴。
Xiaojing hopes that you will bury her in the kingdom of Kui, so that she may keep her brother company. I feel something terribly amiss after hearing the calmness in Xiaojing's voice. With a deep breath, I kick down the door that is blocked with a sack of furniture. Xiaojing is shocked by the loud sound. She proceeds to take out her dagger and points it at her chest. In the copper basin next to her feet lies a bunch of white rolls of paper that's almost finished burning. She looks determinedly at me through the wispy white smoke. Her face is still wet with tears. What do you mean by this?
少将现在家国俱亡，无畏偷生。
Xiaojing's kingdom has perished, and I have no desire to live anymore. We've gotten news that the Tang clan wishes to crown your brother's son as the new king. How can you say that your kingdom has perished?
齐国这数十年内乱， 我的至亲之人都已经死光了。侄儿年纪还小，只不过几家权臣的傀儡，已经有生之年。再看到亲人惨死，我不如现在就去陪伴父母哥哥。
She's so cute. Within the span of 10 years, I had to watch my family members die, one by one, in the kingdom of Kui. My nephew is still young and will be used as a puppet for a few influential ministers. Instead of watching another family member die, I might as well follow my father and mother and brother to the grave. Do you think that will give you great words of wisdom in order to talk you out of this?
我知道吴少君是个温柔之人，不过我死意已决，只求吴少君成全我的心愿。
I know that Lord Neig is a gentle person, but I'm determined. I only beg that Lord Neig would grant me my final wish. We're not who you think we are. He gave a cold laugh and grabbed Xiao Jing's hands as they brutally pushed the blade half an inch closer to her chest. Though the dagger does not even penetrate her clothes, Xiao Jing keeps struggling without any success of freeing herself, as she looks at me in shock. Don't worry, if you stab yourself here, it will pierce your heart and the blood will flow out quicker. You will not have to suffer for long. Hell yeah!
吴少君，
Lord Neig, you're preparing to hold a memorial service for the King of Kui. It'd be convenient to prepare your burial at the same time. You will never know as to whether Gong Song Yi will take your body away or not. We will deal with it however we please. Saying this, I pushed the dagger closer toward her. The dagger is now piercing her skin, but blood is yet to be seen. Jing gasps in pain. Are you frightened? Then let us help you. She sees me taking a breath and is about to use strength. She lets out an ear-piercing scream. We two were trembling by the door suddenly found the courage to cover Xiao Jing's body with theirs. Dagger falls onto the bed with a clear, crisp ring as I loosen my grip. Mrs. Xiao Jing, it is only when you truly trace the perils of life or death situation that you truly broaden your horizons. Xiao Jing looks up at me with her eyes full of tears for a moment. Then she jumps into my arms bawling. I shook her head gently, as feelings of pity for her start to well up in my heart. When I was young, my father, mother, and brothers used to spoil me with hugs. I've never forgotten what it feels like to be hugged after all these years, now comforting others with it. For quite a long while, when she gradually ceases her crying, she starts to wiggle and squirm in my arms, like a little civet cat. The maids who are watching by the side start to feel a little awkward, so, after tidying up the place, they take their leave. Suddenly, the little civet cat goes rigid as she looks up at me, within my arms with an expression of doubt.
吴少君，你
Oh shit! We gave her a hug! That means that she can feel it. Lord Neig, We're only scaring you, do not worry.
不是，我是说，
That's not what I'm saying. I put her lower lip as she puts her hands on my breasts and gives them a good squeeze. I've long passed the age of ignorance. The Prime Minister and Chen Feng have always been broad-minded and frank about such things, so Xiao Jing's action does not faze me. Instead, she is the one who is shocked. She stares at me and puts her hands down, and then in a whisper she asks me,
为什么？
Why? You promised to keep it a secret. You can't even tell your maids.
皇天在上，少将发誓不告诉任何人。
Yes, I swear upon all that is good, then I, Xiao Jing, will not tell anyone else about it. 5 years ago, when my 3 elder brothers were killed, my father was worried that the throne would fall into someone else's hands and that Neig would perish. So he had me take my brother's place as crown prince. In the battle between Neig and Yue, my father was killed and I became the king of Neig.
你这么轻描淡写的，其实很难吧？
She's so cute. Although you're being so casual about it, it must have been difficult, right? In the beginning, everything was difficult. political affairs, the six arts of education, swordplay. I had to learn everything, and I had to learn it fast or else the Prime Minister would really have my hide.
你不害怕吗？万一被发现怎么办？
Are you not scared? What would happen if someone found out? Every day left me feeling so tired that I wouldn't have the energy to worry about such things. What I truly worried about was whether or not I'd be a good king for Neeg, if I'd be able to fulfill my brother's last wishes.
可是，他们已经死了。
But they're already dead. I was very close with my brothers, so the things that they cannot protect and cherish, I will do so in their stead.
你果然和我想的不一样，比我想的更好。
You're not exactly how I imagined you'd be. You're better than that. Thank you! Oh my! Xiao Zhang let out a smile. She hugs me tightly again. Being on this emotional roller coaster has tuckered her out. It isn't long before I hear soft snoring from within my arms. I gently placed her on the bed and exit the room.
少君
My liege. Chen Fang holds the phoenix dagger and offers it to me. I shake my head. Let you hold on to it. Give it back to Xiao Zhang when she wakes up.
臣先护送少君回寝宫。
I will escort my liege back to your chamber. Just in case, you better keep watch over the princess. Chen Fang has more to say, but he suddenly looks past me and gives a hand-on-hand salute. Turn around to see a tall, strong figure leaning against the rails. We step towards him, and Chen Fang does not follow us. Wu Zishu and I walk in silence. After a few turns, we come into a corridor with a view of Gushu City at night. I subconsciously stop there. Prime Minister, take a look. Now this is a nice CG. Look at this. Why did I suddenly become my grandmother? Now look at this. It's so nice. Look. Oh no. The cool summer breeze brings to mind a tender picture of the city in black ink. Zishu and I stand along the corridor silently as we gaze into the distance, watching lights of the city go out here and on there. Today we imitated the Prime Minister poorly to save Princess Xiao Zhang's life.
少君做得比臣当年更好。
My liege, you did better than I did all those years ago. Did you see all of that?
臣担心少江公子做出傻事，便跟来了。请少君恕臣失礼。
I was worried that Princess Xiao Zhang would do something silly, so I followed you. Please forgive my rudeness, my liege. We've embarrassed ourselves in front of the Prime Minister. Seeing Xiao Zhang reminds us of the time that we were also young, hasty, and ignorant. Perhaps it also made the Prime Minister remember the time when we were timid and weak. Is that not why you gave us that stab then? We must have let you down.
哀其不幸，怒其不争。
I anguished over your misfortune, but I was also angered by your unwillingness to fight. We are here today as the King of Neeg, Fu Chai, because you worked hard at protecting and supporting us. The Prime Minister works hard for the kingdom and is like a father to us. It is something that we shall never forget. That day, we were just angry to the point of being muddled, and we said things without giving it a thought. So please forgive us.
那臣的意见，少君也接受了吗？
And have you accepted my advice? We have thought about it. The Dragon God hates our kingdom to the point of wanting to exterminate us, hence danger will come at us at any time. We cannot rest, especially since the seal in my chest keeps getting worse. We do not even know if we have 10 more months to live. That is why we think the best course of action is to put all our efforts into killing the Dragon God once and for all.
孤注一掷，我怕吴国输不起。
Since you're putting all your eggs in one basket, that would mean that we cannot afford to lose this war. I understand what you mean. We only hope that the Prime Minister can sympathize with us. We do not reject your suggestion on a mindless whim. Although we differ in our methods, our goal has always been the same, for the peace and prosperity of the Kingdom of Nigue. Yuzishu thinks about it silently for a bit, before letting out a sigh. He gently takes my hand.
臣从来都与少君同心。
My heart has always been one with yours, my liege. Louis says no more, seeing twinkles of gentle light reflecting in his eyes makes me happy. It seems that this night is a myriad of twinkling lights will forever be etched into the hearts and minds of the Prime Minister and I. After the memorial ceremony, Gong So-yi will bring the rest of his envoy back to the Kingdom of Kui. Though Xiao Zhang weeps bitterly at the memorial ceremony, everything goes smoothly without a hitch. She never mentions anything about wanting to die, nor giving a clear indication that she wants to see her go. I arrive at her chamber wanting to discuss that issue with her, but I bump into Yi Guang, who is stepping out of her chamber. In his arms is a messy bundle of bamboo scrolls, cloth, and silk.
少君来的正巧，我与少江公子打算去虎丘一趟，你要一起来吗？
Hi! My liege, you come at a good time. Mrs. Xiao Jing and I are going to Tiger Hill. Would you like to come along? Oh, why not? You're not going there for leisure.
郑旦在祭庙留下了不少资料，我和少江公子研究过了，想出了一个防备龙神的好办法。
Young Dan left a lot of documents at the Mausoleum Temple. Xiao Zhang and I have been going through it with a fine-tooth comb, and have come up with a good way to guard against the Dragon God. The fuck yeah, I wanna go. I always knew that you were smart, you bookworm. Yi Guang tilts his head questioningly. Seeing that, Xiao Zhang starts to laugh.
我刚刚说过了，我还是齐国公子，怎么能上虎丘祭庙？戏子却说，反正我偷偷溜上去过，手兵对我也没用。
I was just telling him that I'm still the Princess of Kui, so how can I go to the Forbidden Temple on Tiger Hill? And Mr. Zaishi argued that I've already snuck in there anyway, so this should not bother me at all. This man is too carefree. Please forgive him, Princess Xiaojing. As we have something to discuss with Princess Xiaojing, we should go there together.
啊，好像没看见陈峰。
Not see Chen Feng anywhere. Does not seem like he rested well. So when we said that we would just be visiting Princess Xiaojing, he agreed to rest in his chamber.
按理说不应该呀。等我们从虎丘回来后，我再去好好给他瞧瞧。
That sounds weird. I'll go and see him when we come back from Tiger Hill. Sorry to trouble you. Let's go. On the road again? Oh, hi.
大王
I'm so used to seeing the soldiers, like, from the realm of the dead, that seeing one alive scared the crap out of me. Woo! Here we go. Your Majesty. Why is the Centurion holding us back?
相国有令，一定不能再放施一光上山了。
The Prime Minister has ordered us to prevent Shi Yi Guang from sneaking onto Tiger Hill again. The Centurion gives us a helpless look as he sounds troubled.
大王，施先生一而再再而三偷偷跑到祭庙去，相国已经发火了，希望他别再为难我们。
Your Majesty, the Prime Minister is furious that Mr. Shi keeps sneaking into the Mausoleum Temple. I hope that he would not make things difficult for us. Mr. Shi is the head priest of Nigue, so he can come and go as he pleases to the Mausoleum Temple.
没有经过正式任命，还算不得入关。
Hi! You cannot be the head priest without the official appointment. Turn my head to find the source of the voice. It is indeed Wu Zishu. He gives Yi Guang a look of dissatisfaction before glaring at the Centurion. Thinking that we have just made up, I have no intention of starting another argument with him. Mr. Shi and Princess Xiaojing want to share their plans on repairing the sword pond with us. We thought it would be better if we did it at the site itself, so we brought them here.
既然是少君的意思，我们就一起上山好了。
And it was my liege's idea. Let's go to the top of the hill together. Even though Wu Zishu is not pursuing the matter, the centurion tells his men to clear the way. Due to the miasma, the outside of the mausoleum temple is damaged so badly that the entrance is blocked. The only path to the sword pond is still usable. Just when I was thinking about entering, Wu Zishu stops me.
石一光，上次少君同意你查看剑池，结果惹出了大祸，少君也差点没命。这次你又要打什么算盘？
Shi Yiguang, the last time my liege left you here to investigate the sword pond, it resulted in a disaster where my liege's life was nearly lost. What do you plan to do now?
相国要是担心我的用意，不如也一起前往。
If the Prime Minister is so wary and worried, would you like to come along? It is danger that the Dragon God will come and take the sacred ding. We should first secure the sword pond, and the only people who can do that is Yi Guang and Princess Xiaojing. Prime Minister, you should come with us. I promise, and we promise you, they will be more careful and not get hurt like the last time.
少君下保证，就像喝水一样。这次，臣无论如何不准你再去碰那些奇奇怪怪的银线了。
My liege, you promise that as often as you drink water. Oh, well then we are not hydrated. This time, no matter what happens, I will not let you touch those strange silver strings. Wu Zishu lowers his hands in silent agreement to go with us to the sword pond. The massive sacred swords and broken chains are still lying all over the place. The sacred ding looks damaged and rusty. I don't want to get close to sacred ding, so I stop at the entrance. Yi Guang, what is the preventative measure that you were talking about?
我想让大鼎上的邪气自己保护自己。
I was thinking of using the evil aura of the sacred ding to protect itself. What the hell kind of logic? Wu Zishu gives a cold snort, and I tug at his sleeve. Don't want him to voice his opinion so hastily.
确切说，不是邪气，是净化后的灵气。正旦的血祭阵虽然破了，但是被激发的邪气还在污染大鼎，鼎魂也会继续衰弱下去，所以必须先净化它。
To be more accurate, it is not the evil aura, but the magical powers after we purify the evil aura. Although Zheng Dan's dark array has been broken, the evil aura that is left in the sacred ding will further weaken the spirit of the ding and its powers. That's why we need to purify it first.
上次少君为救你不惜冒险入阵，这次你别想又将少君拖下水。
The last time, my liege did not hesitate to enter the dark array to save you. That this time, you will not drag my liege into anything dangerous again. Yi Guang laughs as he waves his hand.
本来这件事我和少江公子也能做，有少君赐血一滴，封镇便够了。只不过有些事，我觉得亲眼看到比嘴上说更明白。
Actually, this is something that Princess Xiaojing and I can do by ourselves. All we need is just a drop of my liege's blood, but seeing is believing.
吴少君，吴相国，西子带来的书简我都看过了。这座大鼎确实有些连先生都不知道的重大秘密，我以朱雀剑魂保证，此行绝对安全。
Lord Neig, Prime Minister Wu, I have read all the documents that Mr. Zaishi brought to me, and found that the sacred ding holds a secret so great that even he has no knowledge of. I swear on my sacred phoenix dagger that it will be safe. Girl, I believe you. I don't know what it is, but I believe you. And the word secret makes Wu Zishu wrinkle his brows.
我在楚国生活了10几年，关于德鼎，还有什么秘密，不曾告诉过先王和施家夫妇？
I lived in the Kingdom of Chu for nearly 2 decades. What more is there about the Ding of Virtue that I was not told to by the former king or the head of the Shi clan?
推论不可做实证，我想要到阵中才能确定。少君，武相国，请。
My hypothesis can only be proven once we're at the center of the magical array. My liege, Prime Minister Wu, this way, please. Wu Zishu walks away. looks coldly at Yi Guang and the silver string in his hands. The atmosphere has become oppressive. It's no wonder that Wu Zishu was nervous about this, as I nearly died here in the last battle. However, Yi Guang is calmly waiting on the other by the side of the ding, like we are departing on a vacation to the spiritual realm. It looks like he will not be able to convince Wu Zishu. We don't want to fight. Both of these are going to cause a fight. Let's... Because I want to be a good king, right? And that means that I have to be, like, understanding, I have to care, boo. But I also have to be authoritative. And I've been doing a lot of this. I have been. Let's be nice. Prime Minister, if it had not been for Yi Guang, we would have been killed by Zheng Dan on the day he broke free from the ding. So why would he bother to save us then, only to kill us today? Yi Guang has always done his best for Ni, even more so, for the good of the common people. We believe in him, so would the Prime Minister please believe in us too? In this, Yi Guang raises his hands to greet Wu Zishu with a hand-on-hand salute. His usual easygoing manner suddenly turns a lot more solemn. After a while of silence, Wu Zishu sighs and makes way for me. Yeah! I nod at Wu Zishu and walk toward the sacred ding. Yi Guang takes silver strings and winds it around our wrists, before tying the other end to the ears of the ding.
这个不是血祭阵，这是我搭的银线阵，你们不用担心会受伤。
This is not the dark array. This is a magical array that is made out of the silver strings, so you do not have to worry about getting injured. Saying that, Yi Guang gently pulls on the silver string and the string begins to give off a dazzling light. We're back in the fucking building! Lingo and I were transported to the highest point of the big city. Below us, undead soldiers dot the main streets. North and east of the city are still covered in fog. The smashed city gates lies to the west.
相国，你对这座大城感觉如何？
What do you think about the city, Prime Minister?
气魄恢宏，只是太过死寂。
It's imposing and grand, but lifeless. The dark array outside of the city has already been broken. So are all these undead soldiers the remnants of the jerk's ploy?
少君，
My liege. Yi Guang told me that the scenery and the people and objects inside the magical array are not only a representation of the state of the ding, The undead soldiers and monsters that attack the city are also a representation. So what remains of the representation of the evil aura that has yet to be purified, right?
这正是今日想与少君商议的事之一。除了凶兽和士兵外，少君应该还记得大城的由来吧？
Honestly, poor Prime Minister. He's like, what the fuck? That is what I'm going to discuss with my liege today. My liege, other than the monsters and undead soldiers, do you remember the origins of the city? Yes, we stipulated that the city represents the Ding of Virtue and the Sacred Dagger. I think that the city is also formed by the artifact's own thoughts, correct? That is why we can see the resident spirits in a specific likeness to the phoenix and the white tiger.
少君没说错。那么，你想过朱雀和白虎的意念为什么会投影为同一座大城吗？
My liege is right. Then have you thought about why the phoenix and the white dagger would conjure up an image of one visually identical city? So they are indeed protecting the same big city.
对，朱雀守的是南城门，白虎则是西城门。
Yes, the phoenix was protecting the south gate. The white dagger was protecting the west gate. Pause. Hold on. Why is it not east and west, or north and south? Why is it south and west? It doesn't make sense in my brain. Because why have two entrances so close to each other? Like, I get it, it's a big city. But why do they have it so close? Here it gives a tiny leap of surprise. I have always thought that they were similar cities due to the fact that they were both sacred artifacts with very similar thoughts. So how did this big city come about? Leaning over the rails to see a blurry center of the city more clearly. But I'm held by my waist by Wu Zishu and Yi Guang. Looks like neither of them want to be the first to let go.
是一光，有些东西还是早点放手为妙，方能换得后半生平安自由。
Yi Guang, there's things that you should let go of as soon as possible, for your own safety and freedom.
该放手的时候，我自然会放。倒是相国，攥得太紧了，会将心爱的小鸟
Why are they
闷死在手
fighting
里。
over me? Oh my. I'll let go when it's time to let go. But Prime Minister, if you hold on too tightly, the precious little bird in your hands will suffocate to death. What the fuck kind of a saying?
既然吴少君那么好奇，我们可以直接去城中心吗？
Thank you, my lady. Since Lord Neig is so curious, should we go to the center of the city directly? Yes, the situation is not dire at the moment. We hope to be able to understand this place a little more. Thinking that, I hurry away from those two and take Xiao Jing to the stairs that lead down to the city. Xiao Jing is blushing quite a bit, but I'm guessing that I'm not doing any better. After going down to the city, I see a few undead lingering about, although they are not as scary as when they were being controlled by Kuiyang Kui, who are still giving off the black smoke that would make one's skin crawl.
少君想看看的话，我们可以走着去，尽量避开士兵。虽然他们现在没什么攻击力，不过被邪气染到，还是会难受一阵。
If my liege wishes to see the center of the city, we can make our way there. Although the undead soldiers are less likely to attack now, it's still best to avoid them because the evil aura they give out can still hurt you. Can we get rid of the evil aura by killing those undead soldiers? Yi Guang shakes his head.
少君，你认不出他们吗？
My liege should not recognize them. I struggle for a long while to think of who the undead could be, but other than feeling disgusted with their rotting flesh, I cannot think of who they are.
是吴国士兵。
These are the soldiers of the Kingdom of Neig. I kinda thought. I'm shocked. Take a closer look at their torn and tattered armor, and true enough, they're wearing the armor of the Neig's army. What are they? Yi Guang doesn't answer me. Wu Zishu also looks troubled, because amongst the undead, there were quite a few who were wearing the armor of Chu's army. Even though Yi Guang is not speaking much, we're slowly beginning to realize the truth of the matter. The undead soldiers are not just animated by the evil aura, but also by the souls of the dead, right?
他们都是回不了家、被人遗忘的士兵，死后还被龙神利用而不得安息。
These are the people that have no homes to return to and have been forgotten. After they died, they were used by the Dragon God and cannot be at peace. Wu Zishu and I are left speechless. The Kingdom of Neig and the Kingdom of Chu were at war for decades. The war for the Ding of Virtue was so fierce that even the capital of Chu was invaded, and it ended with the King of Chu fled his kingdom. Hence, it shouldn't be too shocking that the Ding of Virtue is haunted.
怎么了？
What? Prime Minister, have you realized? I'm not seeing a single ghost from the Shi clan.
别人我不清楚，但当年臣与施家夫妇相交甚笃，知道他们对破除神盟、拯救吴国的决心，丝毫不亚于先王。
I'm not sure about the others, but the head priest and priestess were good friends of mine. They were as determined as the former king in breaking the sacred vow and saving the kingdom of Neig.
舍生取义，又被人衷心怀念祭奠之人， 大概不会变作怨灵吧。可这世上，活人往往比怨灵更为可怕。
You gave your lives up for a noble cause, and they have also been sincerely cherished, remembered and honored by others. So they should not become restless spirits. Nowadays, it's the living that has become more scarier than restless spirits. I understand what the Prime Minister is saying. Therefore, there is something we would like to beseech the Prime Minister to do.
少君言重了。
My liege, you are my sovereign lord. Know that you can be straight with me. You also watched Yi Guang grow up as a child. We should hope that you will watch over him from now on without any bias, as an elder and a friend of his late parents.
臣明白了。
I understand. Xiao Jiang's explanation of surprise that pulls my attention back to the conversation. We weren't sure of when we arrived at the main road, which leads to a bridge at the end of it, but the road is full of undead soldiers. It will not be easy to get to the bridge.
少君，到我身后来。
My liege, please stand beside me, or behind me. Oops. As Wu Zishu stands in front of me, he prepares to draw a sword, only to find a sword missing, just like me in the past.
雍麒麟，
I'll summon the phoenix. Hey? Its finger to her lips as she blows an ear-piercing whistle, ejects the summoning spell. A ball of golden red flame descends and clears the area of undead soldiers, creating a space where only a few people can stand.
真是百闻不如一见之美。
It is truly beautiful.
那只熊雀更美。只不过，
The male phoenix was even more beautiful, but he...
朱雀剑本有2把，雄剑为哥哥所有。那日血祭阵中陨落的朱雀，便是哥哥那把剑的剑魂。
The sacred phoenix dagger was actually a pair. The male dagger was with my brother. That day in the dark array, the phoenix that fell was the spirit of my brother's sacred dagger.
都是我害了哥哥。如果有剑魂保护他，他也不会被天河害死。
It was all my fault, my brother. If only he had the spirit of the dagger to protect him, he would not have been poisoned by Tian Hang. Mrs. Xiaojing. Dropping the tears from her eyes, she used me a determined look.
吴少君，我希望你能兴兵伐齐，助我报仇。
Lord Ni, I hope that you will send the army to the kingdom of Kui to execute my revenge. Oh? Girl? Oh, girl?
这真是个不得了的请求啊！
This is quite a request.
公子，你可知报仇这条路不仅艰辛漫长，等你走到尽头的时候，也可能只剩一片虚无。
Aren't we trying to get somewhere? What the fuck?
真的要搭上一辈子吗？
Princess, revenge is a long and arduous journey, and at the end, you are left with emptiness. You are still so young. Are you sure you are ready for a lifetime of hardships with no rewards?
如果不能报仇，我现在活着就只剩虚无了。
If there is no revenge, then my life is meaningless. Xiaojing, we understand your pain, but look at these restless spirits. Hot. Whether you win or lose, the cost of war is thousands of lives. As King of Ni, we will not endanger the lives of our citizens, and we also do not wish to see your kingdom in such a state as well. Before Xiaojing can reply, a slight tremor suddenly shakes from under her feet. A disturbance erupted through the undead soldiers that surrounds us. Though their rotting bodies can no longer speak, their cries still ring out. The phoenix that has cleared the space for us also suddenly takes off toward the bridge. We too follow in hot pursuit, and from out of nowhere, a skeleton over 10 feet tall! Yeah! It me! Phoenix flies straight at its head, and intends to stop the giant skeleton from crossing the bridge. Not to be outdone, the skeleton grabs the undead soldiers at the sides and prepares to beat down the phoenix! He just grabs it! The phoenix just takes to higher skies.
少君，只能请你唤出白虎帮忙了。
My liege, please call out the white tiger for help.
石一光，你不是说不危险吗？
Shi Guang, did you not tell us that there will be no danger? How do I do that?
伸手。
Raise your hand. Shi Guang made a small naked action, and a white cloud appeared in mid-air. From the cloud jumps out a white tiger. Looking much better now. The white tiger gives a growl as he pounces toward the skeleton. Under the attack of the phoenix, the skeleton starts to crumble. One of its hands falls toward the bridge, and the phoenix is unable to catch it in time. Suddenly, bright light appears from the bridge and blinds us for an instant. We open our eyes, the tall skeleton and undead soldiers that surround us were gone. What happened?
他们被德鼎之力净化了。
We are purified with the power of the Ding of Virtue. Wasn't the power stolen by the Dragon God's followers?
我说的是真正的德鼎之力。龙神偷走的雏鼎，不是真正的德鼎。
I was talking about the power in the real Ding of Virtue. This was the choose Ding, not the real Ding, that the Dragon God stole its power from. There are too many dings. Rings and dings and virtues. I don't understand. But wait a minute, in this big city.
正是真正的德鼎的投影。
It is indeed the real representation of the Ding of Virtue. Wang's words make Wu Zishu and I exchange looks of surprise, but deep down, we didn't feel all that shocked. Just then, the power that purified the evil aura was much more powerful than the magical power before. This new power feels like a warm spring day, calming and comforting. The phoenix and the white tiger that were up in the air land in front of us side by side. For the first time seeing the two beasts together, and they look very intimate as they rub their heads together. Rub their heads against each other.
少君，相国，你们还记得大鼎的样子吗？
My liege, Prime Minister, do you remember how the sacred Ding looks? Honestly, no.
看了那么多年，怎么会不记得？它的城盘中心刻有巨眼，四只脚则铸成四象镇凶的形状：东青龙镇桃物，南朱雀降饕餮，西白虎制穷奇，北玄武压混沌。这亦是古籍里对德鼎外观的描述。
After seeing it for so many years, it's hard to forget such a thing. It has large eyes carved onto its body. The scene of the four guards sealing the four perils are carved into each of its four legs. The Azura dragon of the east seals the Tao Wu of pride. The vermilion phoenix of the south subdues the Tao Tai of gluttony. The white tiger of the west restricts the Kuyan Kui of wrath. The black tortoise to the north crushes the Hundun of chaos. So, the dragon, the phoenix, the tiger, and the tortoise. One of these things is not like the other. This is also the description of the Ding of Virtue in ancient texts.
少江公子来吴之前，我们可曾见过传说中白虎之外的其他三象？
Before Princess Xiaojing came to Neeg, have we seen any of the three sacred animals other than the white tiger? I struggle to think back, and after long enough, I can only shake my head. Wu Zishu also mulls it over and gives no reply.
但是我与先王当年曾多番查证，认为楚国大鼎符合古籍的描述，而施家夫妇也证实他拥有非凡神力，才确信大鼎是德鼎。怎么现在突然就变成假的了？
When I investigated Chu's sacred Ding with the former king, we found it to be exactly how the ancient texts describe it. Even the head priest and priestess of the Shi clan said that it had extraordinary sacred powers, so we believed it would be the Ding of Virtue. How did it become a fake?
相国所言并无虚假。问题出在这几百年间，从未有人亲眼见过真正的德鼎，只能靠零散的资料去猜测，包括我的父母。
What the Prime Minister said is not wrong. But in the past few hundred years, no one has seen the real Ding of Virtue. They can only guess what the real Ding looks like from fragments of information.
楚国大鼎在外形上的确铸成了德鼎的样子，也是施家人平生所见最强大的神器。但直到近来我与少江公子相谈，才惊觉，它只是德鼎的那只白虎鼎角，所以才没能完全诛灭龙神。
Chu's Secret Ding does look like the Ding of Virtue, and it was also the most powerful ancient artifact that the Shi clan had ever seen. But after meeting and speaking with Princess Xiaojing, I realized that what we have is only the leg of the white tiger of the Ding of Virtue. That is why we could only trap the dragon god and not completely kill him. Then a pair of phoenix daggers from Kui is...
正是德鼎的朱雀鼎角。朱雀双剑是齐国传国之宝，我作为巫女自幼侍奉，关于它们的来历也知道一些。
They are the leg of the phoenix of the Ding of Virtue. The pair of the phoenix daggers is a national treasure of the kingdom of Kui. As a mage, I did have some knowledge of how the phoenix daggers came to be. Xiaojing looks hesitant, but when Yi Guang nods at her, she decides to tell us the story.
周幽王失都的时候，大巫不愿德鼎之力落入攻破王都的妖魔手中，引天雷将德鼎四分五裂，分别以4只鼎角和成盘铸成了5种神器。朱雀鼎角铸成了朱雀双剑，至于白虎鼎角为何会仿照德鼎的外形，则不得而知了。
When King Yu of Zhao lost his capital, the great mage of the time did not want the Ding of Virtue to end up in the hands of the demons. So he called forth the lightning of the heavens to break the Ding into 5 different parts. The 4 legs and the body became the 5 sacred artifacts. The Ding's leg of the phoenix became the sacred daggers of the twin phoenixes. As for the Ding's leg of the white tiger, I don't know why it took the form of the Ding of Virtue. So what you're saying is that you knew about the sacred Ding's condition even before all this happened.
对不起，我之前实在说不出口。
I'm sorry. I really could not say anything about it earlier.
我根据齐国一些古早的秘籍追查，早就怀疑楚国拥有其中一只鼎角，后来吴王伐楚夺得。
I read it in some of Kui's secret ancient archive. It's suspected that the kingdom of Chu had one of the Ding's legs, which the king of Nig took as compensation.
所以，那天我上山，其实不是感应到什么邪气，而是朱雀剑在山脚生出共鸣。我来吴国是想替哥哥寻找德鼎失散的部件，向国人证明，他的王位天命所授，一定能止息内乱。
Actually, I did not go up to Tiger Hill after sensing an evil aura that day. I went up there because the Phoenix Dagger gave a reaction when I was at the foot of the hill. The reason why I came to Nig was to find the missing parts of the Ding of Virtue for my brother, so that he could prove to our people that it was heaven who appointed him as king and quelled all the opposition.
结果反倒因为被正旦下毒症，害了哥哥。
As a result, I was cursed by Zhang Dan, which led to my brother. Seeing her so heartbroken, the phoenix lowers its head and mourns quietly.
我如果不为哥哥报仇，这辈子也不会安心。少君如果愿意帮我，我愿意将朱雀剑奉上，助你战胜龙神。一旦战胜齐国，雄剑也会是少君囊中之物。
If I cannot take my revenge for the death of my brother, I would never be able to rest in peace. Lord Nig, if you agree to help me, I would offer my phoenix dagger to you to kill the dragon god. Once you defeat the kingdom of Kui, the male phoenix dagger too will be yours. But
少将公子，能报仇的方式很多，能帮忙的途径也不少。但是朱雀剑，它不仅仅是有意志的灵物，也是你与七公之间的留念。你当真舍得吗？
really, I just don't want to start a war. That's the thing. I feel like I have to at some point, but I don't want to start a war. This is Xiaojing. There are many ways to get revenge. There are also quite a few ways to help us. But the Phoenix Dagger is the treasure of the Kingdom of Kui, an heirloom of your family, and a precious keepsake. Are you really willing to part with it?
我自小在内乱中长大，今日之爱，明日即失。我没什么是不能狠心给出去的。
You grew up in troubled times, where everything you love and treasure is but a flash in a pan. There is nothing I have that I will not have the heart to part with.
可正因为动荡中，只有奇功和朱雀剑一直陪伴你，你才会念念不忘报仇之事，对吗？天下哪有用怀中珍宝换空气的道理？
But it is because you had the King of Kui and the Phoenix Dagger beside you to support you through troubled times. You cannot help but want to take revenge, right? There's no one on earth who would exchange their most treasured possession for nothing. Ah, fuck! God! Jesus! That was... God damn! It hurt my eyes. Flashbang, the musical. He Guang gives her a gentle smile. With a wave of his hand, he turns the beautiful big bird into a tiny sparrow and gently places it into Xiaojing's hands.
乱世之中，更该珍惜。
In the midst of a chaotic world, it is even more important to treasure what you have. He made my baby girl cry. It's time for him to die. Xiaojing cradles the ball of fluff in her hands as she cries until her tears choke back her sobs.
少君，抱歉，你这次拿不到朱雀剑了。
My liege, I'm sorry, but because of me, you lost your chance at obtaining the Phoenix Dagger. No, you're right. We'd be lying if we say that we did not want the sacred artifact that we have been so desperately searching for. But there are many ways to borrow the power of the Ding of Virtue, other than seizing it to serve our own selfish ends. Otherwise, would we not be any better than the Dragon God? The Phoenix Dagger might be better off in the hands of a powerful mage like Xiaojing. In addition, if we were to use the lives of the people to gamble on such a venture, Neig might just perish, even without the help of the Dragon God.
吴少君，谢谢你。
Lord Neig, thank you very much. Now we're Elvis. Once again, we feel the tremors as the white tiger looks toward the western gates and starts to get restless.
少君，我们还过桥吗？那里应该就是城中了。
My liege, are we still going to cross the bridge? The city center should be over there. No, something is going on the western gates. Let's go there. Doing this, the white tiger lowers his body in front of me, as if asking us to climb onto its back.
吴少君，我也去帮忙。
Lord Neig, I'll go with you to help. Xiaojing releases the tiny sparrow into the sky, and it becomes the majestic and beautiful phoenix again. With the help of the two great spirits, we could get to the western gates in record time, and as soldiers that were loitering the streets now rush toward the city gates. Is it? Oh, I see it now. This is a tiger. So this is a tiger, this is the tortoise. But we're in the west, so it's tiger. West was tiger? No, I think west is turtle. What is that? Seeing what is happening at the western gates, the white tiger gives a low roar as the phoenix circles up above. A large skeleton is absorbing all the little restless spirits at its feet and starts to grow larger in the process. It pounds at the western gates again and again with the intention of destroying them completely. Oh, bitch, no you don't. Yiguang, we don't have our weapons this time.
我们是来净化邪气的，用不着。
Here to purify the evil R, so no. Thanks.
少江公子，你带朱雀分散那把骨头的注意力。少君，余玉我先用一下。
Here's the Xiaojing. Please take the phoenix with you and distract that skeleton. My liege, I'll be using the amulet for now. But what should the rest of us do?
我说过，少君只要最后刺血封阵就行了。你和相国就在这边等我。啊，还有，别让白虎过来，他太大了，碍事。
Told you that I'll be needing a drop of my liege's blood at the end. For now, please wait at my side. Oh, please do not let the white tiger come over here, because he is too big and would only get in the way. That's rude! As that Yiguang finished his sentence, I hear an angry roar. Wheezy Shu and I, unamusingly, hastened to start stroking the big white cat. Yiguang acts like nothing happened and jumps onto the big fish that he has summoned, just to... oh, as it makes its way toward the skeleton. I want to see the skeleton. I want to see it so bad, but it's not going to show me the skeleton, but I want to see it so bad! Please show me the skeleton! The battle looks so beautifully coordinated. Like a beautifully coordinated dance as the colors of green and red fly around. Soon, the joints of the skeleton are tied up with silver strings, and when Yiguang gives a little pull, it collapses into a heap of ruin. Xiaojing flies back and lands next to us, where Yiguang lands at the head of the skeleton. He gently places his hands to the skeleton's galabella, sorry. The evil aura seems to be coming from. He starts to sing a spell. When he does that, the evil aura dissipates into thin air and the skeleton crumbles into tiny stardust. The unintelligible groans gradually turn into a heartbreaking chorus. When I did leave, willows swayed in the breeze. On my way back, snow gently falls on my tracks. Long journey, and hunger and thirst besieged me. My heart aches terribly. Does anyone know how it came to be? The stardust flies toward the part of the city walls that have collapsed and lay gasping like an open wound. Or lay gaping like an open wound, excuse me. As it gathers there, the gaps in the wall gradually heal themselves and they soon become as good as new. Those restless spirits, without a place to return, finally find a place where they belong. As they slowly heal their broken hearts.
少君，我们该出去了。
My liege, we can leave now.
少君，可以封阵了。
My liege, we can seal the magical array now. Feeling a little overwhelmed by the scene just now, I walk before the sacred Ding in a dreamlike state, pick my finger at the dagger that Yiguang hands over to me. And when I press my bloodied finger on the sacred Ding, its rust and tarnished appearances starts to fade away. It becomes clean and shiny again. The white tiger returned with this.
还不行，恢复的只是外表，鼎中的灵气不足以滋养鼎魂，况且还得防着龙神再来夺鼎。白虎还是继续在余域中养着好。
Not yet. Its recovery is only skin deep. The spiritual power inside of the Ding is still not enough to nourish the spirit of the Ding. So it is better for the white tiger to remain an amulet to gather its strength. Besides, we still need to take measures against the dragon god coming back to seal the Ding.
我猜，白虎也赞成。
Yes, and the white tiger also agrees to this. Let's go with your plan then. But to think that we have gone in circles, only to come back to the topic on how we're going to find the other parts of the Ding virtue.
既然已经知道了大成的意向所指，那么也不会太难。
Now that we know the origins of the big city, I do not think it will be too difficult to find the rest of its parts.
你打算怎么做？
How do you intend to do that? And suddenly Wizzy Shu decides to finally speak up. I thought he was going to criticize me again, so I anxiously look at Yi Guang. However, Yi Guang still looks as calm and collected as ever.
我想去镐京，既然大鼎是在那里被分解的，说不定会有关于青龙、玄武和成盘的记载。
I want to go to Haojing, the ancient capital of Zhao. If the Ding of Virtue was dismantled there, then perhaps there will be clues left as to where the Azura Dragon, the Black Tortoise, and the body of the Ding are.
我也和戏子去镐京。
I also want to follow Mr. Zaishi to Haojing. There's the Xiaojing.
这样说可能有些自私，不过齐国已经没有我在意之人了。但我以公子身份留在吴国也会带来麻烦，不如去镐京帮忙。
Perhaps it is selfish of me to say, but there was no one left to queer that I care about. Fuck. But if I stay here in Niig with my princess status, then it will only bring about trouble for you. So I figure I might as well make myself useful and go to Haojing. The journey is long and you might meet the Dragon God's followers, so we better send some royal guards to go with you.
不可，人多不仅引人注目，而且普通人会拖后腿。上次在祝罗村，如果没有绝对力量压制，龙神信徒差点就得逞了。
You cannot. It will be hard for them to act secretly. There's so many people, and they might be slowed down by the troops. Besides, if it had not been for the troops in Niig suppressing the enemy in Zulao village, Rangod's followers would have won.
这点我也同意相国。这次有少江公子和朱雀剑在，足够对付。
I agree with the Prime Minister. This time with the help of Princess Xiaojing and her Phoenix Dagger, Dragon God's followers are no match for us. They're still the Dragon God.
既然少君要拜施以光为大柱，理应对他有足够的信心才是。
As my liege wishes to appoint Shi Yi Guang as head priest, you should have more faith in him. Very well, we understand. We will leave everything in your hands, head priest.
我还有一事相请，今日之事，希望诸位不要告诉给任何人知道，尤其是勾践。
So I have one more request. Between the four of us, no one will utter a word about what was said and done here today, especially not to Guojing.
诺。
Understood. Night has fallen and we have returned to the palace. And with that, I'm going to end this episode here. So thank you very much for watching and hopefully I'll see you later.